sounds like junky, but you never know. Never know. It could be a coin right on the surface here. That's where they put the gravel up at. Right in there. Could be something that hits the battery. I'll recycle that. Thank you very much. Something else there. That was kind of weird. Weird colored. Oh, I'm just gonna go back there by the trees. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go back there by the tree now. The wind is picking up. A lot of modern trash back here, but I've never taken the Deus back here. What's that? Oh, that's an old bottle. Look at that. That's an old bottle. Yeah, that's not too old. It is kind of a cool bottle though. I don't want it. That wind's picking up. It's going to be raining here in the next few minutes. Yeah. Some antlers? Looks like an antler. No. It's not an antler. T-post. Junk. I'll try it though. Oh, dude, look at that right there, right on the surface. It's a diesel truck. It's junk. I'm gonna go for this one. It sounds junky. It sounds like foil. Right there. Ooh, it's windy. Okay, I'm not gonna dig that one out. Just modern stuff. I'm not interested in the modern stuff, right? Junk there. Penny right on the surface, right there. It's a shield penny. Right on the surface right there. It's kind of weird. That's junk. Wood out of the way. I don't know if you can hear the detector or not. I can barely hear it. I'm still having fun though. Bring it on. Bring it on. There. Some junk. A little bit of an Edison bulb end right there. Light bulb. First time back here with Deus, so you just never know how it's going to be, right? I know that there's a lot of pop cans back here and tin cans. Junk. This one's junk too. Sounds big. Big iron. What's it gonna be here? Yeah, pop can. Just leave it there. I'm not gonna fill my bag full of junk. Some pop cans, a lot of oil here. The wind almost just blew me over. Something big. Something big. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Oh well. It's probably Jim wanting to know what I'm getting. Got it right there. That is it. Some lead. Some aluminum. Melted aluminum. I'll just leave it here. Junk there on the surface. You know, all this stuff is modern. Trash pile, some burn pile back here. Part to a stove, right there. Or part to a stove. Maybe a. Yeah, it's just some junk. Just some junk. Some aluminum there, overload. Lots of junk back here. Some wire right there? I think so. Yeah, some wire. Yeah, some wire right there. Some coax, some antenna wire. Some cans, some aluminum, some junk. A lot of junk back here. Modern stuff, right? Just modern stuff. I'm not into it, man. The relics are out in front. I came through here with my Simplex or my Amphibio. Just dug up a lot of junk, man. Overload. And you know, I can tell that's junk just by the tone, right? Sure, I'm getting a coin number, right? 90, 86, 88. It's the tones that you want to dig up, man. Not the numbers. I've said that many times in the past. Man, it's not about the numbers, man. I look at my detector very rarely. Very rarely will I look at my detector, right? I'm just digging up the tones, man. The more experience you get, once you start digging for a while, you'll understand that concept of the numbers mean nothing, man. Once you start digging up some coins, you'll just know that coin tone, right? So you'll just naturally not look at your detector because you know it's a coin, right? the more you look at your detector and the more you want to know about the numbers and the more you want to know about the depth, what the depth meter said on the detector, you know, when I get questions like that, you know, it's not about what your detector is telling you. It's about what your tones are telling you. The tone is just about everything, man. The numbers really have little significance on whether I'm going to dig up that target or not. And especially in iron, a lot of machines respond differently in iron. Sometimes on the higher conductive targets, your detector will raise up in numbers or raise up in tones. Some metal detectors go down in tones on some higher conductive targets. But when you are in iron and you're trying to get some lower conductive targets out, the Equinox is really good at that. The Deus, you know, I'm not really sure about that because I'm not really going for a lot of lower conductive targets in iron. It's just so hard, right? Sure, if I beat up a spot for many hundreds of hours, I'll start hitting those low tones. And the machine that I will be taking is going to be the Deus, not the Equinox, because the Equinox just can't perform in iron, right? The Equinox is really good in clean ground. Probably one of the best metal detectors ever made for clean ground. You know, you can really get some deep targets with the Equinox because it's multi-frequency, all the buttons that you absolutely need, all the necessities for a metal detectorist are right there at your fingertips with one button push, right? And the Equinox only has 3 coils for it, you know. Basically 2 coils for me, 1 coil for me. I really like the 6-inch coil. My soils, the big coils just don't do well in my hot soil here on pretty much all my machines. Sure, the Deus performs a little bit pretty good. The Simplex performs pretty good. The Amphibio, not. That big coil, the Amphibio just will not do that big coil. Just for some reason in my hot soil, a lot of guys have struggled with the Amphibio with that 11-inch coil in our hot soil. And you don't see a lot of guys in my area having big coils. They just know they don't perform, right? Hot soil, EMI, trashy ground are not good situations for big coils. And I run into that a lot. Hot soil, trashy ground, and a lot of iron. And the stuff is gonna be shallow here too anyway. So I don't live in an area that has a lot of deep, you know, deep ancient artifacts, you know. My soil is clay, so not a lot of stuff goes super deep. You know, 12 inches deep. I'm not gonna be digging out 12-inch deep targets, especially on video, because I would be getting like 1 target out per video. I'm not into that. I want to dig out stuff fast so you guys can learn how to dig plugs. Digging plugs is an important part about metal teching. You know, I struggled for a lot of years digging the proper plugs, and it takes a long time. You're not gonna dig like me if you're just starting metal teching. You're not gonna dig plugs like me. You know, it takes a long time to learn how to dig plugs that are clean and get it out and stomp your plug. And it looks easy, you know, on video, but it's not. You know, I've seen a lot of trashed parks here lately and a lot of trash curb strips. Guys go out there and have very little experience and they just watch a few videos and think they can do it. You know, you can't. I'm sorry. You know, treasure hunting is hard, you know. It's not an easy thing to keep clean plugs, but it's the most important thing in metal detecting is to have clean plugs so you can continue digging on those sites. If you don't have clean plugs, you're gonna get your ass kicked out of there and you won't have that site anymore. Or you won't have your parks, or you won't have your schools, you won't have curb strips. That's what situation I'm in right now. I can't dig anywhere but permissions right now because the schools are off limits, the curb strips are pretty much off limits, and especially the parks are off limits because people have been trashing our parks, you know. All these guys who are just getting, or these detectors who are just getting in the hobby, you know, they think they can just go out and just dig in the parks and kind of tear the parks up a little bit. You know, I try to teach people, you know, the proper way to dig plugs out, and I show a lot of people how to metal detect, and a lot of people get frustrated at first because digging your plugs, man, you got to keep your plugs clean. That's the #1 thing I think about, is I want to come back to site again. Even if I don't get much, I want to come back to site again, because every day is different, man. You get different stuff with different coils, different detectors on different days, sometimes different hours. You can go back over a spot an hour later on and have a killer find. And it's just, you got to dig your plugs clean. Clean plugs are very, very, very important, so you can keep on hunting in that area. Because if you get a permission and you start digging on it and you mess it all up, you don't only mess it up for you, you mess it up for other guys, because those people who own that property, or those city board or whatever, they will always have that in their mind. You know, that one instance where they saw a huge mess, and it'll be in the back of their mind, and they'll always think that all metal detectors have dirty plugs, you know, or they make big messes. But hopefully you guys are stomping your plugs, have clean plugs, and or at least trying to. You know, you'll eventually learn how to work your soil and to not make a mess and dig out your targets faster. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.